That's it. Thank you.
Coach, obviously got a lot of things in the game to unpack, but I just wanted to start off with Mikal Bridges, career high 34, 6 of 8 from three. How impressed were you with his performance tonight?
I mean, he hasn't shot it the way that he wanted to the past couple of games, but, the ability to have that much offensive production and guard, Oladipo, Brogdon, all of their heavy hitters is something that, I say it all the time, we value it. And that team is one of the better teams in the league, and they've been playing that way. And they're a lot like us. They just keep coming at you. And I thought Mikal's ability to not just shoot it from range, but he was attacking also. But his defense, his offensive production allowed us to have a huge night and a great response.
And just to follow up, obviously Sabonis went nuts, and because he plays with that sort of physicality. But what you guys maybe do differently in the fourth to slow him down after he had that huge third quarter?
Well, he's getting a bunch of twos. It wasn't like he was getting open threes or, layups to the basket. He plays physical basketball. I felt like he scored, but he had to go through our chest. I thought DA did a good job of making it tough on him, but he's an all-star level player. And so your goal is to make it hard on those guys. But I thought we did a decent job on him later in the game. But you're right, earlier, he had his way, but I didn't think it was easy for him.
All right, next up we have Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell.
Coach, with no campaign, you had to ask for a little bit more out of Chris and Devin with the stagger that you used. It was a really impressive effort by them. Can you speak on that and just the way that they managed the game for a full 48?
Yeah, I mean, once you find out Cam's not going to play, you change your rotation up a little bit and try to figure out ways to take advantage of, Book's ability to manage the offense, score. The thing about him having the ball a lot, it can wear him out. And I thought he still looked fresh. The signature play was the steal and dunk that he got. And so he seemed to be at a high level with his energy. But those two guys facilitate so much offense for us. They see the game the same. They can score, but they see their partners out there, and they take advantage of the opportunities. I mean, we had 33 assists tonight, only 3 turnovers. And I think in part because those two had the ball most of the game, initiating offense.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com. She'll be followed by Tressa Rusnick.
Hey, Monty, I was actually going to ask about only the 3 turnovers tonight. The 20 turnovers you guys had last night was like the first stat that you mentioned. So to come out and only have 3, just what do you feel like led to the huge shift and allowed you guys to take care of the ball so much better tonight?
I don't know. It's hard to say right now, but I mean, it does make sense, when Devin and Chris have the ball a majority of the game facilitating it. It certainly was a team effort, but those two guys had the ball a lot, and we ran, I don't know how many pick and rolls we ran tonight, but we ran a lot more than we run in most games. And I'm trying to figure out ways to take advantage of Chris's skill set. Sometimes having him play an auto or our secondary offense doesn't necessarily take advantage of his skill set. And so when we get stops or right off of a score, it might be more beneficial for us to let him play in pick and roll because he's going to make plays for his teammates. So that may have been a reason.
All right, next up we have Tressa Rusnick with Arizona AZ Family, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win. I just wanted to talk on a personal level a little bit more about Mikal. Was this a long time coming, and how proud are you from a coach's standpoint that he was able to put up the kind of production that he did and how hard he's worked for it?
I mean, it's well documented how I feel about Mikal. He's a guy, his nickname should be Every Day because he's the same guy every single day. Always has a great attitude, works his tail off, has a great edge about him, treats everybody with unreal respect, and yet he goes out there on the floor and plays like, You know, he's a football player, a nut sometimes. And so I love the balance that he has. And I just love to see guys who work hard and have the work pay off for them. And so he's been a bit of a flagship for our player development program. And I'm just happy to see him not just doing it on the offensive end, but he does it every night on the defensive end. Even when he doesn't stop his guy, he's going to give you great effort. And that's what our team is based upon. You know, we compete every night and we try to defend and share the basketball.
All right, final two, Coach. First, we have Christos Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece, followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank
I would
you.
like to ask you, you respond after the loss against the Detroit Pistons. How important for you is to bounce back on the winning road? And also, what is the point that this team is so special this season?
Well, Christos, you know, anytime you have a tough loss like that, the beauty of the NBA is sometimes you get a chance to get right back on the floor and get it back. And we had a tough one last night, but we came to play a really good team. And so to get this kind of a win, a quality win, it should give our guys confidence going into the next game. And we really want to finish out this trip with a winning record. And, you know, I'm not quite sure we're going to call this team special yet. We got a lot more work to do, but we have special people on this team across the board. High character guys that bring it every day. They put up with me. And, you know, I'm grateful to have the kind of players that we have.
All right, Coach, final question comes from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Coach, we've talked about this, you know, this player before, but Jevon seems to have a way to flip the game, whether it's, you know, just making you do things out of your character or get a steal, or you needed a backup point guard to come in and do something. How'd you feel about the way he impacted the game tonight?
Well, Jevon is one of the few people in the league that plays 94 feet every single night. He reminds me so much of Daryl Armstrong. You know, Daryl made cut his teeth by doing what Jevon does. He guards 94 feet. He's under your skin the whole time he's out there. And his energy is so infectious. And, you know, there are nights when he shoots the ball well, and there are nights where he doesn't get as many attempts, but it doesn't affect his energy. It doesn't affect his edge. And so his ability to have an impact on the game is so important for us. And then we really realized that in Orlando when he and Cam were playing in 40 and 41, our full court trapping defense. He has an effect on the game. He has an effect on his teammates, and we certainly need it.
Yeah, Cam, obviously, congrats on the win. You've talked before about how you enjoy watching Mikal's success. How nice was it to see him have a career high night?
Oh man, it was awesome. I told him yesterday on the plane, he's due for a big one today, and I knew it was coming. So it's no surprise to me, but I love it. You know, he worked so hard, and he deserved that for real. So I'm proud of him. He really stepped up in a big way and really, you know, pushed us towards this win. Now,
I'm watching the game, and you and Chris looked like he gave you a look like, why are you passing me the ball back? You're supposed to shoot the ball. Am I misreading that?
No, you're right.
Okay. Just take me
right.
through that a little bit.
No, I mean, this is on me. You know, sometimes, like I say all the time, like you make split-second decisions the whole game. And some of them you're like, why did I do that? And then everybody else is obviously like, why did he do that? And that was just one of them where, you know, it's just a little out of sorts. But it happens. You just got to move on and get past it. But that was definitely one I was like, oh, man, what is going on?
All right, next up, we have Christos Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell.
Hello, Cameron. Congratulations on the win. I would like to ask you how important for you is to come in off the bench to bring energy on the team, and what it means about the depth of the team this season.
That's what the second unit kind of prides itself on. After the handshakes and all that and the starting line started announced, we all high five each other talking about bench mob, bench mob, bench mob. So we really take pride in just coming in, and whether it's junking up the game or speeding them up or just playing hard. And that's kind of how we made our impact. And that's kind of started in the bubble, where the second unit would come in and really make that impact. And it carried over into this year, where guys come in just with a little bit of tenacity, and the style of play kind of switches up and really going at them. And I love that. I love playing with that group. Obviously, campaign is a big part of that. And so it'd be great when we get him back. But it's fun. It's fun playing with them. And I think that's where our success has come.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com. She'll be followed by Kellen Olson.
Hey Cam, you guys are now 3-0 on the second night of a back-to-back, all on the road. And a couple of those were coming off of a loss. And so I'm just curious, when you have such a quick turnaround, just like what was today like, or maybe even from the end of last game into today, that kind of helps you guys both flush what happened yesterday, but also learn from it and then apply it tonight?
There's some frustration, and we kind of use that frustration and take it out in the second game. Because obviously we all feel like yesterday was one we shouldn't have let slip. 20-point lead at the end of the first half, and just, you hate to lose those games, and you feel it, and it kind of sits on you all night, all day, going into the next day. So we made it a big point to come out here and win. And guys stepped up, and Mikal had a great game, and guys made plays when we needed to. And they're physical, and they rebound the ball. And we had to try to, limit how effective that would be in terms of the final outcome of the game. But I think we came out and did what we had to do today.
All right, Cam, final question comes from Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports.
Hey Cam, Devin really imposed his will on this game. He had that steal in the fourth quarter, had a couple dunks. What's it do for you guys as a group when your leader's out there playing with that level of effort?
It just raises everybody's effort. Like I said, when we really get to scrapping and going after teams, and that energy level really picks up, I think we can be pretty dangerous, and I think we have been pretty dangerous. So I love it, and everybody gets hyped. You see the bench getting hyped, and especially in games where there's no fans, you take that wherever you can get it. You take that energy wherever you can get it, and so that was big for us tonight.
Kel, I know you're not necessarily a fan of talking about yourself, but when you have a career night, it's kind of what you have to do. Just speak to what was working for you tonight, and just speak to your performance a little bit.
Yeah, man. Just try to stay aggressive. Not try to think too much about scoring. Just try to go out there and play hard, defend, and let the offense come. My teammates, they did a great job of just finding me, and I just was confident and shot the ball. So. Credit to them. I mean, they the ones that found me early in the first quarter, got me going, and just kept going with the movement for sure.
And just to follow up, Cam Johnson was on. He said that he told you on the plane that you were due for a big one. But then when it actually happens, have you said back to him, "Hey, you called that one"? Or
Yeah, we just talked about it. We was on the plane talking about like our career highs and stuff, like what do you think the best game was? And we was just talking about it, and we just randomly talking about it, says due for a big one. It's just funny how life goes. So yeah, man, that's my guy, my boy Cam.
All right, next up we have Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Christos Saltis.
Mikal, first off, congrats on the Rams win. Second of all, the Suns tweeted out the video of you getting soaked in the locker room. I would ask how it felt, but probably cold, right?
Bro, the ice buckets, do they really need the ice buckets? Oh my God. I told Jay, it was Jay and DA. I told them when DA get 25 and 25 or Jay hit 10 threes, I'm gonna be the first person with a bucket waiting for them. So trust me, I'll be waiting. I got this. It's in my memory now.
To follow up, 33 assists and only 3 turnovers for you guys. Can you tell us just how much that helps a guy like you specifically in the offense when the offense is clicking at that level?
Yeah, we did a great job finding each other. We haven't been together that long, but I know like our chemistry off the court is something serious. So it doesn't surprise that, we keep finding each other, but the turnovers, especially the guys like Book and CP, who really has the ball in their hands a lot, they did a great job, and, less turnovers, more shots for everybody else. So, I'm loving it for sure.
All right, next up we have Christos Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell.
Hello, Michael. Congratulations about the performance.
Thank
I
you.
would like to ask you, obviously you work a lot during the off season, during the training camp. How you feel, how big boost you get about that career high night? And also, did you get the game ball of the game?
You say, what was the first question?
How big boost you get about this career night high? And if you get the game ball of the night?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm happy we won. I wouldn't be happy if we would have lost. I would have been mad. So I'm just happy we won, man. We got there and we won as a team. So I'm excited. And no, I didn't get the game ball. It's we're just gonna keep going, man. On to the next game. Just keep going. Hopefully, as time goes, hopefully I beat that as well. So I'm just happy we won, man.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com. She'll be followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Mikal, this is probably a silly question, but you did mention that just kind of getting going in the first quarter and getting those first couple shots to fall, like kind of created your night. But just how much more comfortable do you feel when it's like, okay, the first couple go down, or I get a couple good looks, like that just kind of maybe propels you through the rest of the game?
Oh yeah, like every hooper, when you hit the first couple shots, you start feeling good. Everything starts going your way. So you start being even more aggressive. So yeah, it feels good to hit the couple ones, and my teammates found me when I was open. But yeah, it felt amazing, and just to keep going through it. Sometimes I know as myself I can get comfortable, and but I just had to keep telling myself, just don't even worry about it. Just keep being aggressive on the other end. And if I'm aggressive on one end, I'm always be aggressive on the other. So I always had that mindset that don't relax and keep going.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw you do a lot tonight, whether it was obviously shooting from outside, we know you can do that, but just getting to the basket, cutting, driving, dunking, little mid-range shot, like I know how much you've worked on expanding your offensive game. And so just when you actually are able to kind of show a lot of it in one game, just how gratifying is that for you when the work does pay off in that way?
Yeah, it feels good, I work a lot, in the off season. People I work with, Ricardo, does a great job, and I just, try to be aggressive. And, all the shots we work on in the off season, I'll translate in the game if I have the chance. So I just feel comfortable with any of those shots I took today, and just, keep trying to get better.
All right, Mikal, final question comes from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
And Mikal, to follow up on Gina's question, there was one shot in the lane, a flip like behind the head, like it was extension. I haven't seen that one. So what was that, a matter of let me get it around the guy, or is that just how it just played out?
So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was thinking Sabonis was going to help, and I was going to kick the Cam in the left corner, but he stayed when I had the ball in the air. So I just kind of saw the rim right there and try to use my long arms to get it there. And happily I made it.
Yeah, Jevon, I was just talking with Mikal. I hear you two back there cutting up, but I was just going to just ask it. Wanted to ask, when he's knocking the shot down like that, and that interaction with the bench, how nice is that for you guys? I know you were out there with him quite a bit tonight, but when he's knocking down threes and guys are responding with the 3-ball signs, how much does that generate energy for you guys?
That's fun. That's the Phoenix Suns culture. That's all we do is work, work, work. So when you go out there and you see your guys produce, that's just hard work paying off. That's all that is. He go out there, he work on that every day, and all he's doing is just making the shots that he work on. We expect that from him.
Yeah. And the follow-up I had was Coach Williams was talking about how you're able to impact the game, obviously with the 94 feet, but I've always said about you that you make people uncomfortable. And how much fun was that tonight, making Indiana uncomfortable and helping you guys turn the game around?
That's just what I do. I pride myself on the defensive end of the court. That's what gets me out there. And the team, they look at me. They feed off that energy. They can't wait for me to come in and turn the game up. So that's my role. That's my job, and my job is to go out there and produce.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Jevon, I know last night was disappointing just for the whole team. So I'm just curious, what was the key to maybe even in the time from the end of yesterday's game coming into tonight that sort of helped you guys both learn from it, get remotivated, flush last night? Just how did you guys kind of work to respond and put what you guys put on the floor tonight?
I mean, honestly, it was a lot of shots that just wasn't falling for us last night, I feel like. But other than that, I feel like we were good. We just went through a drought to where it was just hard for us making shots. And we just stayed with it. We trust the system, we trust our culture, and we just went out there and did the same thing. And tonight, the results was a little different.
All right, Jevon, final question comes from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Obviously, you guys, got tomorrow. I'm going to assume you're going to have tomorrow off, and then Monday closing out the road trip against Washington. What things maybe do they present, and what things do you want to see you guys carry over from tonight into that game?
This year, these few games, we just been focusing on us. We don't really go in focus on the other teams. We just go over there scout. Other than that, we just focus on ourselves and play our game. And we know with the way we play and what we do, we're tough to beat. So if we just go out there and we produce, we do our job, we're going to come out on top more times than not.
Yeah, Chris, obviously, Cam wasn't playing tonight, campaign, but what was addressed or said, or maybe nothing was said, but how do you go from 20 turnovers last night to just 3 tonight and didn't have any in the first half? What do you think, what attributed to that?
I don't know. I honestly just play to win the game. I don't never know none of the stats till after the game. So I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. I think we just played with the right spirit. Cam not playing is a big piece to our team, so we just tried to, pick the pace up.
And just to follow up, I know you haven't been with the guys long, but just to see Mikal have that kind of game, just your thoughts on his performance tonight.
One of the best feelings. Been around a lot of guys in this league over the years, and he one of the best guys I think I've ever been around. So to see him do well and to see his game blossom in the way it is, it's nice because he deserves it.
All right, guys, we have to be quick here. So next up, we have Kellen Olson with the Arizona Sports, and to round us out will be Gina Mizell.
Hey, Chris, to go back to Cam being out, Monty staggered you guys a little bit differently tonight to make sure you or Devin were out there for all 48 running the offense. It's a really impressive effort by both you guys, specifically Devin. How did it feel with the offense running around you two, or having you two guys run it the whole night?
It felt nice. Just getting out there and just playing. We did a great job of sharing the ball, moving the ball, playing without thought. I think that was really big for us tonight.
All right, Chris, our final question is going to come from Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Chris, to follow up on Mikal, you just mentioned that he's one of the best guys that you've been around in your time in the league. So I'm just curious if you could expand on that. What makes him one of the best guys you've been around in the league, just because you've played with so many teammates and been around for so long?
Yeah, aside from Kale, taking, pretty much the toughest defensive assignment night in and night out, he can hoop. He's nice, but then he's slick, man. You got to watch him. You got to watch him. He's real slick with his tongue, but a fun guy, a very fun guy to be around. And he just got a great spirit about him, a great spirit about him. He works, he puts the work in. So, he's one of those guys that when I kick it to him and, he hits a shot, I feel like I made it.